Hello and howdy folks, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to share the ultimate beginner's guide for City Skylines 2. We are starting the city in Economy 2.0 update. It has brought some severe changes in simulation, resulting in some bugs and glitches here and there, but we'll try to tackle them. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to leave your name suggestions down below. And we are building our new city on Uskumbru Bay map. This is a hand sculpted map featuring a river and which is finding its way through the entire land to open seas. It has a European theme and we'll be going with left-hand traffic, and the climate is from 3 to 34 degrees Celsius and obviously on northern hemisphere, and buildable area is a pretty good 57%. It has all the outside connections and natural resources custom painted, all good and set to go. So let's start the game, and this is the map that we are greeted with. And as you can see, it's a pretty good map and most of it is basically rolling terrain which is surrounded by mountain wall on one side and ocean on the other. And this has a pretty wild and pretty massive highway network, and we also got quite a lot of rail network going here and there, as you can see. And it has got quite a lot of rivers coming from the mountains from over there, then from over there, which are obviously going towards the ocean. And as you can see over here, we have got one ship connection that loops around over here, and the other one which comes from here and just hugs and leaves the outside connection. And today, for today's build, we will be coming to over here. So we'll be building our city over here, and it's a pretty good place to start with. We've got a very good river flowing through over here, and in terms of natural resources, we have got fertile land right beside us, which we will custom paint for our liking. But just to mention that we have got quite a lot of fertile land over here and over there. And for our normal industry, we have got the air pollution going towards the left side of the screen, which you can see going towards the ocean basically. Let's start with unlocking tiles and setting up the road network. As you can see, we have got the 529 tiles mod, and we will be choosing our own starting area. So let's come over here, and yeah, I think I want these 6 tiles. Purchase, and we are all set to go. And as you can see that we have set up the road connection, and our main connections are basically 3 right now. So one of them is from this street over here, then 2 of them are from this highway. So The way that we have laid out our road network is that this main block over here will be like the grid for our residential, and the top area over here will be industrial because the wind is blowing towards the ocean, or basically towards this highway. So whatever we're building over here will not go like much farther than like maybe till this intersection, and we can utilize the space perfectly well for the starting industry. And then we have made some freeform layout over here, so this will also be the residential, but it will be much more freeform. And then these two blocks over here, so what I'm planning is we'll be making some rich or riverside homes, and they will be in layers. So first layer will be the ground layer, and the second one will be like a little bit higher, maybe one more layer, and we can do the same over here, and they will be facing towards the mountains and the river over here. So before we hit play, we'll need to set up the services. So first of all, for the electricity, we'll be going with wind turbine because this is the cheapest option in the starting. Though this like if stacked up, it can come around the small coal power plant, but in the starting I think this should be good, and we have the perfect place for this, and it is right on the mountain. We'll be getting the full 5 megawatts, so one over there and one over here. And for water, we'll come to over here, and we'll grab the water pumping station, and we'll come to over here and place our pumping station right over here, and then grab out our alleyway road and extend it till here until it is connected with this. And this alleyway road is basically going to be our riverside street. So with that done, now we have to do the sewage, and for sewage I think I'm going to do a little bit of trickery because I don't want to ruin the rivers over here. And the one way we have found out is like works in terms of disappearing the sewage or that poop water is basically coming to a place where you can edit the land out. So what you can do is later on, when you don't need the sewage and you have the poo water, you can just basically sculpt it on top of it, and it will disappear. So I think I'll go with over here, so hitting anarchy and placing it over here and connecting it. I think we are all set to go for the zoning, and let's set up our initial zoning. So these grid blocks over here, this will provide us some 3x3 housing, and we'll have one cell gap between, and we can place trees over there. So I think that will look really good. So let me set up the initial grid and I'll be right back. So most of our zoning is done, and I've plopped some houses that I want to face in particular direction, so that they don't face in random directions and break the look. So I've done that, and you can see we have scattered around some commercial here and there. And let's hit play for the first time, and let's see these grow up. And the houses that we build will get filled up eventually, so they may take time. And in the meantime, let's also focus on some industry. So as you can see, our commercial industry is popping up. So for industrial, we'll not mass zone everything, but we'll leave some gaps here and there which we can detail later on. So I think if we are making like a massive block, then we'll have to have like some space at the back. So we can have something like these. And just like that, we have reached milestone 1 finally. And let's see the progression panel. So we have the loan limit, city budget, taxation, and we have got access to vegetable farming and some roads and healthcare and death care. We'll pause the game because these guys are quite notorious. So we'll come back. I was over here deleting these smokestacks over here, but as you can see, our city is panning out quite perfectly, and we have got similar houses here and there, and it's looking really good. So now that we have unlocked healthcare, I think I want my healthcare to be sort of central over here. So we have 25 capacity and we have got one which is 100. We can place this, but this is quite expensive, so we'll have to hold on for this one and go for the small medical clinic. So for this one, I think I can place this right over here. I think this is a pretty good spot over here, and the building is red. I don't like this color quite a lot. I think the hospital should be pretty calm and soothing, so this should look good. And for waste management, it's a pretty interesting one, to be honest, and for that we will have to place it somewhere over here, because again the air is moving towards the ocean, so we want it to be like somewhere over here, so that all the air pollution will be going towards this corner, and we can leave this like that. So let's clear out some area and let's build our garbage connection and connect it with this road. This should be pretty good, I think. We have our garbage unit there, and we've got medical done, and our residential is growing and expanding quite a lot. And I think now it's time to have our row housing. So the reason that we have built this grid so long is that we can break it up and maybe have 70% of it as low density and maybe 30% of it as row housing. So over here we'll have some 4 deep row housing. They should start filling up, and these guys are already coming up, and we are growing pretty fast, and we have got access to taxation, so we will do that as fast as possible. So commercial can take, so in this new economy, commercial can take around 12%, but for industrial and offices you will have to tone them down to around 8 or 9% because they are quite sensitive. And residential, I think 10 can be pretty good. And for healthcare, we can tone this down to 90%, the same as for garbage. And the rest I think should be pretty good. And you can see, since all the houses are of the same look and like the same type, they are looking so good. And once we have like the trees in between, I think they should look really good. So for industries, we'll be focusing on specialized industry. For right now, as you can see, we have got access to livestock, grain farming, vegetable farming, forestry, stone mining and coal mining. Let's set up the specialized industry and I'll be right back. And as you can see that we have made all these farms over here, and we have got our forestry industry over there. So let me explain what I did. So first of all, we flattened a little bit of area out over here for the road, and then we made this central road over here. I think this will act as an arterial or collector road over here. And then we have made the entrances of these farms like a little aside from the main road, and we have like these dirt pathways going in. And then over here for this one, we have got like quite a long drive till the main farm. And so for these three, so you would be asking, what is the reason that we have left so much space over here on the side in some of the areas? Well, that is for, we will come back to that once we start filling up these things. So let's hit play and let the game run for a bit, and I'll be right back. So while we were waiting for everything and filling up some areas here and there, we had to place our cemetery, and with that we have also reached milestone 2, after which we have unlocked some money hungry services, let's call that, which is education. And we also got access to production panel, which is pretty good. So let's connect this cemetery and right away place the elementary school, because we want the education coming in. And also now we can look at our production panel, which you can see what we are producing over here. So we are a little bit low on livestock, but I think otherwise we should be pretty good. The main area where industry like lacks when in terms of earning is when you don't produce enough of food. In both of my cities earlier, I had faced this issue. So I think if you start with that early on, you can make some surplus and make sure that the food and the convenience food is going pretty good, and you're not importing it, because that's quite costly. And you can see even at 8%, we are earning so much over here where our industrial. So now that we have the education, let's come to the elementary school. And I think this should be pretty good for the elementary school. We don't have to chalk up enough, because the education will also rise. And let's also continue zoning the medium density, because we have got quite a lot of demand for it. And I think we have a demand for industrial, so we can place the stone mining. I think I know where I can place it. Let's see. We can unlock this tile, and now over here I think I want our stone mining to be like right in the corner over here, like this whole area. I think this should be pretty good. Like we still have got quite a lot of demand for industrial like this, and we have got another farm. And now that we have development points, I think I'll unlock the parking and show you how it looks. So we are going to come over here, and you can see that we have this canopy covered parking lot. And if we place it maybe over here, and maybe this motorcycle parking lot over here, you can see this looks so good that you can park your car over here under the shed, and we can assume this is solar panel, so it produces electricity. And then you've got some bike rack over here, and the other places over here will be the trees and bushes, and we'll be doing almost the same with everything. So over here I think we can have the same as well over here. can have a tiny one over here without the roof. I think we are at a pretty good place to move on right now. I think all things are quite stable, and we have still got quite a lot of space over here. And let's see the services. So we are just at border for electricity, and we are quite close to making money as well. And for water, we have tons of water and sewage treatment, so no need to worry. Healthcare is also going pretty good. We've got the cemetery over there, and garbage processing is also at a border. We'll see how it turns out. And we've also started getting the high school capacity, so I think we'll have to focus on that as well. Let's move to Riverside Homes, and let's make some layout for our Riverside home, and I'll be right back. And would you look at that, we have zoned all the riverside houses, and you can see these are waterfront houses, and they are from 4x6 to 4x4 over here. And once we have like the trees in between, I think these guys will look really good. And then we have got like the actual riverside housing over here, and then those are the mountainside and all. And the scenic view is also pretty good. Like, if I am living over here, I would say this view is incredible. Yeah, you can see like this view is just gorgeous, and I'll try my best to not block like all of it, but also like have trees and all over here. Now we'll move on to the final detailing. It's going to be quite big. We have to do quite a lot, and meanwhile we'll have to zone the industries, and I'm seeing medium density growing quite fast. Let's move on to the final detailing, and I'll catch you guys in detailing review. Would you look at this? We have finally finished everything, each and every detail, as you can see, and everything looks so beautiful and so much lively. So where do we start? Let's start with the industries. So as you can see, the whole industry is filled up and completely filled, I guess. Everything is occupied, and we have left some space for the greenery, and we also removed all the smokestacks over here, and we have detailed some over here, as you can see, added some containers, then the surfaces, decals, and same thing over there, then over here, then we have some oil storage over here, and same thing basically here and there. And places where we couldn't add anything, we just added the surface and tire marks. So that is like the trucks have like a back area where they can drive. And after this we come to our grid over here, grid neighborhood, and you can see we have added the trees in between and added a couple of trees here and there. After adding the trees in between, I tried to add the trees in like individual houses, and you can see it looks quite chaotic. Like our houses, like we don't have enough space in between the house, and then again we have like a tree line. So I think so after that I didn't add any trees in the rest of the houses. The ones that are there are by default. And after the 70% of our low density, we arrive to our medium density or row housing, and you can see it looks quite good. You've got the trees in the backyard, and it just goes on. And over here we have built one medium density housing. It's, I think, the tallest thing over here in this whole thing, and the views are actually insane. Like you can see, like these views are unreal. I think like it will get more chaotic as we will expand our city, but nonetheless, either you will be getting the views of these mountains, or maybe future downtown, or if you go on the back side, you can have a few look over there, and then over here you can see the windmills, and then maybe that bridge over there. So I think it's a quite good site. And then you can see here is our riverside or mountainside homes, and they've got the views themselves, you can see. And same thing goes over here, but these guys have a much better view of the river over here that is flowing throughout. And you can see that the freeform district is looking quite good. We have mixed between the row housing and the low density. And while we were detailing, we reached 2 milestones. So we had to place our police station over here, or maybe I think this is the high school, and police station is somewhere over here. Yeah, police station is over here in the industrial district. You can see police logo, and then we have an office right beside it. And speaking of office, we reached another milestone where we unlocked offices. So we have placed a few offices here and there, and you can see this area feels quite packed and quite good actually. And then we have the high school in between the neighborhood, and then comes our farms, and you can see they look so good. We have bushes over here, then some parking area for the farmers, and in between over here we made a pathway and decorated with these bushes and trees, and same thing over here. And we have the tall trees as the border, and then in between the connections we have like these low-lying bushes and trees. We also did this, and we felt short of electricity, so we had to do something and earn some money. And we did some things over here, tried to hide it from the city, and I think we did sort of a good job. You can just barely see the smoke, but otherwise I don't think you will get any idea what is going behind this hill. We placed the coal power plant and then a transformer, and then right beside it we painted the ore and placed this coal so that we produce our own coal, at least most of it, as you can see, as we were importing quite a lot. And in terms of taxation, you can see here is the overall thing. And in terms of budget, here is what we have: 209,000 of monthly balance, and we are gaining 8,500 per hour. I think we could have survived with tile upkeep, definitely, but I don't like the concept of it, and hence I haven't used it. But I think I'm really happy with the start. We have gained quite a lot of population, and we have gained quite a lot of money, and one thing remains, and that is the name of the city. So please don't forget to comment down below the name of the city. I'll really appreciate it, and I hope you liked this ultimate beginner's guide, and you learned something, or it helped you in any way to design your city or design your first city in Economy 2.0. And if it did, then please hit the like button. And if you keep coming back to the channel, or if you are new here and you like the content, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification so you guys know when the new video drops. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, enjoy the cinematics and peace.